love the fact that you've never been busier, and that's the name of the game. Like, there's some goofy stuff or whatever. Don't engage. Like, just focus on what will make you happy and your community somewhat better, and that's all we can do.
Well, I mean, the thing is, there's usually more things at your disposal than you're aware of. And even sometimes it comes down to getting to the things that you've been putting off. And so between selling all kinds of stuff on OfferUp and Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and even some on eBay, honestly, some of that is not just a matter of making some cash. It's that I have these things, they have value. I know someone wants them, but if I'm not using them, holding on to them just seems pointless, especially when somebody else could get or derive a whole lot more usefulness out of it than me. So cleaning out as much as I can. I'm still in the process of getting rid of all kinds of shit, actually, and working on all the other projects that I always want to, but don't necessarily have the time to under most circumstances, especially if my fighters are super active or I have a fight coming up or something. It really makes it hard to give anything precedent. So this has been a time where one thing has led to another, and I've just found myself involved in so many different projects and having so many things in motion right now. It's just been fantastic.
That's so brilliant. Now, you mentioned eBay, right? Things that you
Mm-hmm.
can, yeah, I mean, that you're selling on eBay, and I think it's amazing. One of the things that I purchased on eBay, actually many moons ago, is this guy. Look familiar?
Yeah, I don't personally, I might have one up in Washington still, but I don't have any more of those from the New Japan era. I do have the small and the full size Pride figurines. I've got a whole pile of them behind me. Yeah, I've been going through all these different boxes. I got rid of all kinds of figures and anime goods and stuff like that that I just collected over the years and just was just collecting dust. Some of it, actually, a good portion of it was just given to me by fans, which fantastic, but I just don't have enough space to have all these tchotchkes and stuff. So that was good to get rid of some of those things. But yeah, I have a ton of fight related merchandise, old gloves, old trunks, old fight banners. In fact, I've also got plenty of posters from UFC, Strikeforce, Pride. Also, I've got programs from Pride and New Japan and other things. I think New Japan, maybe on that one. I have to check. But I definitely have passes. So your laminates and things like that from tons of fight events, some pro wrestling events. Yeah, well, it's like I was just about to pick up, like, I've got lanyards from being at Amon Amarth shows, from backstage passes like this, from Slayer, all that kind of stuff. I kept all of them. And I just figure, like, at some point, someone might really want this kind of stuff. I mean, some of them are special to me that I don't necessarily intend to get rid of, but some of them I just figure, like, hell, at some point, maybe they could be useful. Maybe I could sell them. Maybe I could use them to raise money. I could do auctions with them, what have you. I mean, someone really might want them. So I could just give them away to certain people. You just never know. Let me try this. Connections. Mm-hmm.
My wife is probably gonna go like, no more stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah, don't be surprised if I slide in those DMs, my man. I'm just saying.
Well, I know that this stuff has value to it, especially to folks that are really into it. I don't blame them for digging it. You know what I mean? Well, I'm not necessarily a hoarder. I know how I am about, like, the weird and the esoteric. I like collecting stuff, and I also realize that sometimes these things have a special element to them, right? They're not something you can just get anywhere. You're not going to get another Pride 36 or whatever, Pride 26 backstage pass or something like that.
No, 100%. I've got like a fight banner. I've become kind of a collector. My wife would say a hoarder. I think there's two distinct different things, but I don't know.
It's a fine line.
She's
It's a
married to
fine
me,
line.
so
I see you have a
yeah.
camo belt in the background too.
Yeah, that one is actually not a replica. That's legit. That was Brooke Mayo's 135-pound title. Yeah, so this is the first women's 135-pound title in history in the state of California, and she won it back at Cyborg show back in 2016. So
In
yeah,
Orange County, probably, right?